fountain of life. A collection of live recorded sermons from His Grace Bishop Emilianos of Maloa, aiming to make us fountains of the Holy Spirit. Here is today's message.
Today we heard in the Holy Gospel the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, etc., etc. One of them stood out for me as I was reading them. Blessed are the poor in heart, for they will see God. What does it mean to see God? First of all, St. Simeon, the new theologian, mentions that if we don't see God from this life, we will not see Him in the next life. But what does it mean to see God? The fathers of the Church, they talk about two kinds of spiritual experiences. The one which is called vision of God, and the other one which is called communion with God. And I will explain. Vision of God is when our spiritual eyes are open and we manage to see through God's grace, God. This is what Patriarch Abraham experienced when he saw the three angels and he spoke to them and he ate with them. The fathers of the Church, they say that these three angels were the Holy Trinity. Communion with God is not the Holy Communion that we will receive soon, but is something different. It's when we experience, when we feel God, but without a vision. But it's a sense. We sense God inside and around us. Or we sense the qualities of God. When our heart is filled with God's love, this is an experience of God. This is a communion with God. When Prophet Moses in Mount Sinai, he received the Ten Commandments, he understood that God is the one who is. I am who I am. I am the only existence. He experienced the existence of God. He experienced the eternity. The experience of eternity from this life, it's a sort of a communion with God. They don't make sense logically. They only make sense when we experience these things. But this is what Saint Moses the prophet experienced when he received the Ten Commandments. So, if we do not experience God from this life in these ways, we will not experience Him afterwards. How can we clean our heart in order to be able to see God? I think it's not us who will do this cleaning of the heart. Of course we can assist, and God needs our free will, but it's God who cleans us inside. And how? Through pain. Pain is the only way to clean ourselves. That's why you see that people that they have not gone through pain in their lives, they don't feel for the other people. Pain softens our hearts. And it could be physical pain, it could be emotional pain, any type of pain. That's why the holy martyrs, when they were dying, when they were giving their blood for Christ, they had these great experiences of God. Through their blood, their heart was purified. Through their sacrifice, through their love for Christ. The best example is the first martyr, Stefanos. They were stoning him, they were throwing stones on him, and then the eyes of his soul opened, and he saw Christ on his throne. And what does this mean for the first martyr, Stephan? It means that few minutes later, when he was to pass away, he would be with Christ in his throne, That's what it means. So pain purifies us, and sometimes is willingly, and sometimes is unwillingly. But even the unwillingly pain still purifies us. That's why we have so many people that they suffer when they are sick, and they have the greatest experiences, spiritual experiences, because pain purifies. And this is why when God gives us difficulties, we should not complain. We should ask for patience, of course, because without God's help we can't go through the difficulties. But we should not complain, because this is an open door that God puts in front of us towards the kingdom of heaven. This is what St. Nektarios went through all his life, a lot of pain. But this is what made him a great saint.